Welcome to Designing Spaces Think Green, a special edition of the show that's all about you, your space, and living the green lifestyle. I'm Ted Brunson. On today's show, we've lined up topics covering the energy-efficient home, a favorite subject of us here on the show. We'll take a look at home heating and cooling and a new building material that is not only efficient, but sustainable. Add it all up and you're living a more eco-friendly lifestyle. So let's get started and think green. We often get into stories here on Think Green that have to do with energy-efficient heating and cooling of the home. And anyone who knows anything about HVACs knows that the brains of the system is the thermostat. Well, now homeowners can have a thermostat that they can be in total control of even when they're not at home. Check this out.
The ability to control your indoor air environment is key to not only creating a comfortable living space, but also an energy-efficient one. Think Green visited one home with Art Massey from the Hunter Fan Company to look at a programmable thermostat and even learn how it is an easy DIY project to install, which I love. Now, Art, we all want the temperature in our homes to be comfortable, and at the same time, we would like to lower our utility bills to save money. But why a programmable thermostat? Aren't they like a little bit complicated?
Well, people often feel technologically challenged with the programming process, and that keeps them from actually taking advantage of the utility savings that could be provided by the product. In fact, programmable thermostats used to be Energy Star rated by the EPA, but they were so frustrating to the end user that great rating was dropped. But thank goodness the days of that frustration is over, because Hunter has introduced a internet-based product that'll help you control your energy costs in your home, the comfort in your home, and it can be used with your smartphone, tablet, desktop, or laptop computer.
Wow, and of course we all have one of those these days, right? Now, I'm assuming at this point we have to call an HVAC service company and go ahead and schedule an appointment to have the new thermostat installed, right?
No, you can do it yourself.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. There's no special tools required. All you need is what you would normally find in a home toolbox.
It's a simple DIY project that has a big effect on your home's operational costs. And the first step is to go ahead and install the 4 AA batteries, right?
Right.
I can do that. Now, Art, this is what a typical thermostat looks like.
That's right.
And we'll be replacing it with Hunter's new universal internet thermostat. I understand the installation only takes 5 minutes?
That's correct. Hunter has a 5-minute installation setup that they have developed over the years and to make installation quick and easy. We'll start by turning off the power to the system at the breaker box. There's no electricity in here that's going to hurt you because it's low voltage, but we want to protect the unit while we do the work. So we turn off the breaker. Once that's done, then we remove the body of the old thermostat. It simply snaps off the wall. Step number 2 is to find the labels that are included in the instruction manual in the book, and what we're going to do is remove the old wires from the old terminal block, making sure that we identify clearly the way the terminal is marked, and we're going to select the matching label to actually put and label each wire as we take it off. Some of the great features of the Hunter 5-minute installation system is that once you have firmed this screw up in place, there's actually a bubble here that you can see so you can level the subbase. The next thing we want to do is replace the wiring to the new thermostat base. You'll again notice that all the terminals are clearly marked. You want to pick the wire that matches the terminal nomenclature, pop the clip open, and simply insert the wire into position and close the clip. You'll repeat that process for each of the 3 remaining or 4 remaining wires, depending on what you have. The final step in the installation process is to attach the thermostat to the base, ensuring that all the terminals are in place. The thermostat is now ready to operate.
How does it actually work?
This thermostat can be operated for the basic functions right here on the wall, like selecting heating or cooling, whether you want an automatic mode, temperature up, temperature down, and those kinds of things. But if you want to use the really cool technology, come with me. The thermostat kit includes an 18-inch Ethernet cable that you can see there, the gateway device that you have in your left hand, and also an AC adapter that plugs into a standard wall outlet.
Now, can you tell us a little bit more about the apps themselves?
Sure. The apps can be found on, and you can use your standard smartphone, you can use a tablet, you can use a laptop computer or your home device. You go to the App Store and you download the app onto your phone, and what it's going to show you the temperature outside where you live. It's going to show you the temperature inside your home, and it will connect with the thermostat in just a second or two, and then it will allow you to make basic adjustments to the thermostat.
Now, are there any particular brands or types of HVAC systems that the thermostat works with?
The thermostat's pretty universal and works with all different types of brands and systems. You can always control the basic functions from the thermostat, or you can use the app to control the programming and the other sophisticated functions of the product.
Now, can you give us some tips, since you're the expert, on ways that we can shave dollars off of our utility bills with a system like this?
Setting the thermostat down or up and then having the capability to reset it to that comfort temperature before you come home can save you some serious energy dollars.
Well, thank you once again, Art. Where can we get more information on Hunter's Universal Internet Thermostat with the 5-minute installation system?
It'll soon be available at DIY stores and big box stores and some discounters across the country, or you can always go to hunterfan.com.
Great. Well, sign me up. I'm the first one there. And of course, we'll have more information and a link to your website from ours at designingspaces.tv. Remember, it's in the Think Green section. And you can check out this part of the show again by simply clicking on the video. Befriend us on Facebook at facebook.com/dspaces.tv. Until next time.
You know, more than 50% of the energy in your household goes towards heating and cooling. And don't think that that little fact goes unnoticed by the HVAC industry. So the question is, with the onset of winter coming on and our attention going towards heating our home, how do we improve the heating of the home and our hot water supply? Well, guess what? We've got the answer.
The average home may waste over 40 gallons of water per day while waiting for hot water. Where does this wasted water go? Down the drain. Homeowners who keep a watchful eye on the bills know water usage is charged both by water consumed and what goes to the sewer. Whenever you run the water waiting for it to get hot, you're paying the premium. Think Green knows homeowners are aware more than ever of their utility costs and how they affect the environment. So we got together with one company who not only saves you on the water wastage, they have a system that will deliver hot water quickly. To give us a little more insight into how this works, we have John Barber with TACO, one of the leading manufacturers of circulating pumps and HVAC products. John is their residential training manager. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Chandra. It's good to be here.
Let's start with the basics. Why does it take so long for my water to get hot in the morning?
Well, that's a great question, and it has to do with physics. It has to do with the distance between the water heater itself and the furthest fixture away from that water heater. Houses built in 1970, let's say, were about 1,600 square feet. The distance that the water had to travel wasn't that far. Another part of the problem has to do with the number of hot water fixtures in houses today.
We have more bathrooms.
Absolutely. You'll have up to twice as many hot water fixtures in a house built more recently than, say, one back in 1970. So that's problem number two. You need a bigger pipe to carry all that hot water. It's a question of volume. Part three of the equation has to do with flow rates. Plumbing fixtures today, by code, are restricted in the gallons per minute flow rate that they can allow. So you combine reduced flow rates, longer distances, larger pipes. It just takes longer for water to get from here to there.
And so when we've got all this time that we're wasting, we're also probably wasting the water that's staying in the pipes. What can we do to prevent the waste while we're waiting for our water to get hot?
Well, the average family of four, according to the U.S. Department of Energy, will waste about 14,000 gallons of water a year just waiting and wasting. Think about it. If you have to wait 4 or 5 minutes for your hot water to show up and the fixture has a flow rate of 2.5 gallons a minute, that's 10 to 12 gallons wasted every time you take a shower, and that's kind of crazy. The best way there is to speed that up, to reduce the wasted water, to reduce the energy waste back at the water heater that goes along with this, is to use a circulating pump.
And I believe that TACO manufactures some of those.
By golly, you're right.
And we are here at the factory.
We are here at the factory.
So would you be kind enough to give us a tour?
Sure thing. They're right on the other side of that wall. Let's go.
Great. Thanks.
Okay, Chandra, before we get into the factory, I just want to show you a couple of the circulators that we make for this circulation solution that we're discussing. This first one is called Smart Plus, and this is actually brand new for TACO. This is a really intelligent hot water circulating pump in that it learns how you use hot water.
Oh, okay.
For the first 10 days of operation, it's in what we call a learning mode or a pulse mode, where it runs about 10 minutes every hour. But all that time, it's monitoring how you use hot water, and it's learning that information and storing it in a little brain. After that learning time is up, it pretty much knows, okay, the folks here, when it's 6 a.m., they're using hot water. So it's running, so you have hot water right at 6 a.m.
Nice.
It knows between 7 and 2, you're not using anything. So it just shuts off. It knows it between 2 and 3, maybe you're washing dishes or doing laundry or something, bang, it's on again, and then it shuts off until it's needed again.
But if you've got a harder situation, then that's where that one comes into play.
There you go. This is the demand system, and in terms of efficiency and effectiveness, this might be the premier product on the market. You have either a motion detector or a wireless demand button that will turn the circulator on. So say you walk into the bathroom and you're getting ready to shower, the motion detector will actually pick up the motion and turn the circulator on.
Great. Well, let's go take a look at the factory and show us how these are made or where they're made.
Let's go do it.
And this is step one, where the finishing touches are placed on the motor. They lace up the wires and get it ready for installation.
And from here, then, we go to the casing.
Exactly. This is where the whole process starts, Chandra. There's an awful lot going on here. We start with the windings for the electrical components of the circulator. Those machines will wrap up the wires and then place them into the actual housing for the circulator itself.
And then that's it.
This actually goes into the circulator housing to become a circulator.
Which is over here.
Let's go take a look.
Okay.
Okay, the motor, once it's completed over here, goes on the conveyor belt back to the final assembly area. This is where all of the components of the circulator are put together, screwed together, inspected, and ready for shipment.
That's easy.
Pretty quick process.
I like it. John took me home not far from the Taco facility in Cranston, Rhode Island, where I would see how the system works in a daily practical application. Okay, so now that we're here, can I turn it on and see how hot the water is?
Not just yet.
Okay.
We got to set the stage. First off, this house is equipped with something called a tankless type water heater. Now, most homes have a tank type water heater, either a 40-gallon gas or an 80-gallon electric type of water heater. That'll store all of that water and try and keep it at a certain temperature. A tankless type water heater will make hot water instantaneously as you need it, which is terrific. So it costs a lot less to get that done. Now, that term instantaneously is unfortunate because sometimes people think if it makes water instantaneously, it should be here instantaneously, but it isn't. That's where the demand system comes in. Now, the demand system is right underneath here, under the sink.
Okay.
As you can see, the circulator itself is connected to the cold water pipe and the hot water pipe with special connectors. The hot water pipe goes to the inlet. The outlet is connected to the cold water pipe. Mm-hmm. When we walked into this room, the sensor picked up that we were here, and it turned the pump on automatically. So it's been running all this time.
So now,
if you turn that on, you would have hot water instantaneously once you give it a shot.
it is. It's hot.
Yeah.
So in seconds, I don't have to sit there and let it run.
Absolutely. Just like that, ready when you need it.
Nice. So benefits of this.
Saves a lot of money in terms of wasting water down the drain, saves a lot of energy back at the water heater. So it's good for the environment, and it's good for your pocketbook.
Well, thank you, John. That's amazing. Where can people learn more about this?
Well, they can go to our website at taco-hvac.com and look up instant hot water.
Thank you so much for being with us today on Think Green, John. We really appreciate it. And thanks to the folks at Taco for making it happen. For more information, check out designingspaces.tv and click on the Think Green section where you can watch this segment or any other at any time. Plus, we'll provide a link to Taco for you. Are you a friend? Join in the conversation at facebook.com/dspacestv. In Cranston, Rhode Island, I'm Chandra Michaels for Think Green.
These pine trees remind me of when Think Green went to Central Washington's wine country to check out how some new building techniques and materials are creating stronger, more sustainable structures that help create more efficient households. So, what's the future of the building? Well, check it out.
New technologies and building concepts that are environmentally friendly and sustainable are leading the way to stronger, better homes and buildings. As wood and steel prices continue to rise, contractors look to these new building materials to not only keep costs under control, but to provide homes and structures that are efficient, safe, and eco-friendly. Think Green met up with Dale Seens, CEO and president of Apex Block Corporation, at the site of a new home being built using Apex blocks, which are unique from most other insulated concrete form building materials.
There's no other product like the Apex block, and there is no other concept that incorporates its same product that can be a wall system, a ceiling system, and go multi-stories. And literally one block does it all. The block is made out of 85% of what we call expanded polystyrene. Your coffee cup's made out of it, your cooler chests are made out of it, etc. We grind that up, we mix it with cement and a non-toxic binder, which is a green product, and we compress that and we mold it.
This home construction site in Benton City, Washington is not your typical new home, but maybe how homes will be built in the future. It is designed to include a safe room within the structure that is capable of withstanding an F5 tornado.
For about $800 to $1,200, we can go from the slab to the ceiling, and you can have a room that can withstand F5 tornadoes or level 4 hurricanes. Your house will be there. You might lose your roof, but for one thing, the walls are going to stay there, and your family is safe to live the next day after that disaster goes through and start life again. So basically, if Dorothy had been in the Apex block house, we'd have no Wizard of Oz.
The versatility of using this type of building material is endless, including its interlocking keystone system.
Whether it's hurricanes or fire or wind-driven rain or cold, the weather will not go up and around the block.
The exterior, made with Apex blocks, allows this operational envelope to function 65% more efficiently at a home or a business.
Our block doesn't have to be glued on all the seams. We simply stack it, we put a light tacking of foam, and then we move on. So when our block gets poured with concrete, the block actually locks in tighter, becomes structurally stronger. We can reduce the consumption of electricity, fossil fuels being consumed, coal-fired plants. So if you insulate with Apex block, not just insulate, construct with it, you're taking your energy costs and the energy grids down. It means a tremendous amount. We're not wasting resources. People are in control. And for once, we're looking at the environment as something that we're in harmony with instead of tearing down and destroying.
And Apex block is a dream for any construction worker.
Construction workers and those that are educated both in masonry and carpentry skills, they have the basic skill set of plumb, true, and square. If you can master that, you've already mastered the Apex block.
When it came to purchasing Apex blocks, Dale had a revelation in the middle of the night.
What inspired me to go with this company and to take it to the next level, I was at a point in my own personal life where I was readjusting and re-examining, and I thought to myself, I went to bed one night and I said, of all the companies I've either invested into or I've had clients invested to, what one would I want to take and take it over and buy it and take it to the next level? Had no idea. Completely clear mind, went to bed, 2:30 in the morning, boom, my eyes opened up. I knew it was Apex block. 9 minutes later, bought the company.
Dale likes to reflect on life in quiet places, and where better to go than a vineyard. This is Washington State, after all.
You have to get to peaceful moments in your life that when you get rid of all the clutter, that you actually tap into it. And I don't think enough of us take the time and spend the time just to be able to formulate thoughts and then relax and then let that pure intelligence flow. What matters most is finding ourselves and spending time, and that important time, with friends and close family members. You know, that's what life's about.
The grand finale, pouring the concrete, is eagerly awaited by everyone. Just some final touches and the concrete pouring process is completed. Go to designingspaces.tv, where you can also see this part of the show again or review any of the topics on Think Green and Designing Spaces. Join in the conversation on Facebook at facebook.com/DSpacesTV.
We all want clean water and a healthy ecosystem. We also want to find ways to lower our cost of living while running an efficient household. Well, the new technologies are here now, and they are improving our lifestyles and the environment. So let's move forward together towards a healthier world. For Designing Spaces, Think Green, I'm Ted Brunson.
For more information about anything you've seen on today's show or to find out how to be part of the show, log on to designingspaces.tv. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/dspacestv. Or friend us on Facebook. Type in the words Designing Spaces. You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.